741, welcome back. Bipolar is one of the most misunderstood words in modern health, and for a lot of people, they may not even know they have a form of mental illness. And author Sara Schley is now joining us. She has her new book, BrainStorm, From Broken to Blessed on the Bipolar Spectrum, and she's going to discuss her journey with us. Sara, good morning. Thanks for being here. Tell us a little about your experience and how you hope this book will help others.
Well, good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me. Wow, it's been 4 decades down this path. And basically, I have what's known as bipolar 2 on the bipolar spectrum. And really, for one, I want the book to elucidate the fact that there is a bipolar spectrum. If we had time and had a conversation with you, you might say, I never heard of it, right, Joe? And basically, I think most people think bipolar is way high, way low. You think of mania, you think of crazy people. But actually, on the spectrum where I land, there is no crazy high. There's just a very, very deep, dark low. And as a result, it's often and most often misdiagnosed. It took me 5 psychiatrists and 25 years to get the right diagnosis.
If somebody picks up the book, what do you hope they take away from it? And like you said, I've never heard of bipolar 2. I didn't know there was a spectrum like that.
Right. So really, that's the first thing. And that's why it's in the subtitle, From Broken to Blessed on the Bipolar Spectrum. I really want them to get 3 things, Joe. One, end the stigma. That's why I'm telling my story after 40 years. It's been, I've been scared really to, quote, come out in the sense of making that secret public. So 1, end the stigma. 2, save lives, because the wrong diagnosis does and can kill people for a variety of reasons, through the wrong drugs or despair and suicide. So 1, end the stigma. 2, save lives. And 3, optimize health. I've got a lot of practices in the book that I've honed over 40 years that I call practices for healthy brain that really can help anybody with a brain. I sort of joke because the particular pandemic right now, so many people are experiencing anxiety and depression. So there are lots of tools and methods in there, physical, emotional, creative, spiritual, to be able to live well with any of these kind of brain challenges.
I want you to hit on this one more time, the importance of a proper diagnosis. It seems like it took you 40 years. It might be hard to get there, right? But there is hope in this book.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really depends on the lens of the doctor. A lot of physicians, half the people in the country get their mental health care through their regular doctor. And most doctors don't know about the spectrum. So just having a doctor that understands, you can show them the book and say on page 32, look at this. So having the lens that there is a bipolar spectrum, asking the right questions. My doctor knew to ask those questions. And in 10 questions, he had me diagnosed in 15 minutes after 25 years. So Wow. It's really an awareness, it's an education, and it's helping even practitioners understand that this exists. And then, yeah, there's treatment, and you can live a rich, full, good life. Thank goodness.
The book is called BrainStorm. I encourage you to pick it up. From Broken to Blessed on the Bipolar Spectrum. Sara Schley, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you for the opportunity.